Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville reveal truth behind their nasty feud. Celebrity feuds aren't anything new, but it isn't every day that the parties involved get together to talk through their problems. Reality star Brandi Glanville recently appeared on actress Tori Spelling's podcast to get to the root of their problems. The women might never be close, but listeners felt delighted to hear them reflect on their own behavior over the years. Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville dive into their decades-long beef. For the first time in years, Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville finally scrutinized the bad blood between them. First impressions are everything, and Tori sadly left Brandi with a bad taste in her mouth when they initially met. "You were a total titch," Brandi accused Tori on the Miss Spelling podcast. She insisted the 90,210 actress approached her and her ex-husband Eddie Cibrian and warmly greeted him while snubbing Brandi. It seems that the perceived diss was actually more of a misunderstanding. Tori quickly defended herself, pointing out that she went to high school with Eddie Cibrian and even dated him for a brief moment. She was greeting an old friend and hadn't yet established the same connection with Brandi. "I apologize," Tori replied. "I was telling my producer Chrissy earlier, I was like, Brandi and I got along so well, she was so great. But honestly, I'm sorry if I came across that way, because I'm anything but a titch. I get nervous and like to see people, when they know me, will remember me." Of course, Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville didn't move on from their less-than-perfect first meeting. As fans know, the sentiments between the women worsened as time went on. The women agree karma eventually stepped in. In the interview, the RHOBA star admitted she developed a horrid opinion of Tori when she began dating Dean McDermott. At the time, Dean was married to Brandi's friend, Mary Jo Eustace. The affair was bad enough, but it also brought up deep-seated resentment for Brandi. "My husband cheated with a person on a movie set," the Bravo star continued. "He met on a TV movie they did, and then you met Dean the exact same way. But the parallels were like wild. I was the wife at home, and he cheated with his co-star, and Mary Jo was the wife at home, and you cheated with her husband who cheated with you." Eddie Cibrian went on to marry the woman he had an affair with, singer Leanne Rimes. Tori Spelling empathized with Brandi, admitting that karma eventually came for her in the end. The DVTS season 33 competitor admitted Dean eventually cheated on her too, prompting their eventual divorce. "You kind of had it coming," Brandi joked, sparking a bonding moment between the women. Despite the sensitive topic, they managed to laugh through it and connect. Although the women may never be best friends, fans loved hearing them work through their issues together. Hollywood has always been a stage where drama reigns supreme, and when two larger-than-life personalities like Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville collide, the results are nothing short of explosive. For years, whispers of their animosity simmered beneath the surface: cryptic social media posts, passive-aggressive jabs during interviews, and more than a few eyebrow-raising red carpet snubs. But now, in an unexpected twist that has shocked fans and insiders alike, the two reality icons have come forward to set the record straight. And it turns out, the truth behind their nasty feud is juicier and more surprising than anyone expected. It began, as many Hollywood feuds do, with a misunderstanding and a margarita. It was 2016. "We were at a charity event in Malibu," Brandi said during a candid interview on a new podcast aptly titled Unfiltered Truth. "I had had maybe 2 cocktails, okay, maybe 4, and I made a comment about Tori's outfit. I thought it was funny. She did not think it was funny." Tori Spelling, seated beside her in the studio for the first time since their infamous clash, laughed and rolled her eyes. "You called me a sparkly scarecrow, Brandi." "I did say that," Brandi admitted, her voice dripping with mock shame. "But in my defense, you were wearing a lot of fringe." The moment marked the beginning of what would become a years-long public Cold War. What followed was a swirl of Instagram shade, tabloid speculation, and reality TV moments that only poured fuel on the fire. Fans of The Real Housewives and Beverly Hills, 90,210 delighted in dissecting every side-eye and seemingly innocuous comment, turning their interactions into meme gold. But behind the scenes, the feud wasn't all glitz and glamour. Tori admitted the drama took a toll. "I'm not going to lie, it hurt," she said. "People always assume that because we're on TV, we're invincible to criticism or drama. But at the end of the day, we're just women trying to navigate fame, family, and feelings. And sometimes that means things get messy." For Brandi, who has never shied away from confrontation or controversy, the feud represented something deeper. "I think I was projecting a lot. I was dealing with my own issues, divorce, parenting struggles, feeling misunderstood, and Tori became an easy target. She's the opposite of me in a lot of ways. Polished, from a famous Hollywood family, all American. I didn't realize at the time that I was just jealous of how put together she seemed." Tori smiled wryly at that. "That's funny, because I always thought you were the one who had it all figured out. You were bold and confident and said whatever was on your mind. Meanwhile, I was trying to keep everything together behind the scenes and pretending like I was okay when I wasn't." The breakthrough moment came, ironically, during the filming of a reality show that never aired. The two were cast on a celebrity boot camp retreat, designed to help heal rifts and build connections. What producers hoped would be another battleground of snark turned into something far more profound. There was this exercise where we had to sit across from each other and just stare. No talking. Just looking at each other, Brandi explained. "It sounds ridiculous, but after about 2 minutes I started tearing up. I saw the pain in her eyes. And I realized, damn, she's human, just like me. And I saw her vulnerability," Tori added. "The woman who was always loud and unfiltered was just scared underneath, just like I was." That moment changed everything. From that day forward, the walls began to crumble. Late-night phone calls replaced Twitter digs. Coffee dates replaced cold shoulders. And soon they found themselves not just coexisting, but forming a genuine friendship. "I never thought I'd say this," Brandi said, laughing, "but Tori Spelling is one of my favorite people now." Tori nodded. "Same. She makes me laugh more than anyone, and she always tells the truth, even when it stings. That's rare in this town." Their reconciliation hasn't been without its bumps. "We're still different," Tori admitted. "We still argue, but now we listen. And text it out instead of tweet it out," Brandi added with a grin. The two are now working on a joint project, a podcast and a YouTube series called Blonde and Blunt, where they dish on Hollywood, motherhood, mental health, and all the messy in between. "Think of it like The View meets Drunk History," Brandi teased, "only with more F-bombs and fewer commercial breaks." Fans have responded with enthusiasm, flooding their DMs and comments with support. Many see their journey as a refreshing departure from the usual reality TV fare. "I think people are tired of fake fights," Tori said. "They want real stories, real healing. And if our chaotic little journey can help someone else mend a broken friendship, then all the nonsense was worth it." Indeed, the story of Tori and Brandi is more than a tale of two Hollywood women throwing shade. It's about growth, forgiveness, and the realization that the person you once saw as a rival might just be the person you need in your corner. "I used to think she was just another diva," Brandi said. "Now I know she's a warrior, and I'm proud to call her my friend." Tori raised her eyebrow playfully. "Just don't call me a scarecrow again." "No promises," Brandi laughed. And with that, the curtain closes on one of Hollywood's pettiest and most unexpectedly heartwarming feuds. But as anyone who's watched these two knows, when it comes to Spelling and Glanville, the drama is never completely over. Stay tuned.